This is the ECG Golf Club. And welcome to this week's Hackers Podcast. Every episode available on Spotify and YouTube.
Now watch this drive.
G'day hackers, just a bit of a programming announcement. We're currently on hiatus and over the next couple of weeks while we take a break, we'll be presenting a bit of a best of. This week it's the best of Who's in Your Fourball. Hopefully you enjoy it, but don't sweat, we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time in the lead up to the PGA Championship.
Hey there everyone, it's Belvedere here again. It's time for this week's Who's in Your Fourball? Back to you, Ash Man.
Thank you, Belvedere. We had a brand new sting ready and everything. We'll have to unveil that next week. Who's in your Fourball? So I'm spewing. I forgot to upload it.
Cobwebs.
Yes. Obviously, you may have picked up, I'm a big pro wrestling fan, or I used to be a pro wrestling fan. We used to have a TV show on Australian TV called Under the Hammer. We used to talk about wrestling. I know, Dooley, you and I used to be into wrestling back in the 80s, the Hulkamaniacs and the Warriors. And I know Chris was a big Jericho-holic when 100%. Chris Jericho was in the WCW. But one of my favourite pro wrestlers actually retired this week, Sting. You know Sting?
Yeah.
Iconic. Steve Borden. So I thought we might have a pro wrestling themed Who's in Your Fourball. So we're talking about if we're playing a round of golf and we make up 4 players in your team, who are 3 other retired professional wrestlers that you would want in your Fourball? All right, I might even start with Chris on this one. Chris, over to you, brother. Who's in your Fourball?
All right, hopefully we don't have double up here, but this was one that I really enjoyed pulling together for a change, Ash, so thank you for this topic. I want us to be playing at the home of golf, so that naturally led me to one particular professional wrestler, which I'm sure you probably can all guess. He will be our team captain. That is obviously, of course, Roddy Piper.
Oh, you got me.
Lovely.
Love it. He's on my list.
I would absolutely love to have the bagpipe entrance walking through the streets of St Andrews down to the first tee on the old course. So that's awesome. Why Rowdy Roddy is in my Fourball.
He'd be like, who's on the tee? Who's on the tee first? I'll tee up first. Love Piper. Anyway, sorry. Next.
And now the next one is Kurt Hennig or Mr. Perfect.
Oh, what? That's my second pick. Brilliant. Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
So I don't know if you recall all the WWE promos before he actually started with the organization. They kind of teased his appearance with all these sports stings where he would play basketball and would never miss a shot, and he would, go 10-pin bowling and bowl a perfect score. So I'd certainly love to see what he could do with a golf club in hand, and maybe we might be witness to the first round of 18 strokes. So that's why I'd like to have Mr. Perfect in my Fourball. And then lastly, as always, I've got to have a female to continue with the original stipulations that Ash said. And in terms of retirees, I've been a big fan for a long time. I would love to have Lita in the Fourball. I really don't need a reason to include her. I'd just love to have her there. So that's my Fourball, gentlemen.
Oh, I loved it, Chris. That's awesome. And great minds, brother. 2 of the 3 I had. So I've had to quickly make a change. That's awesome.
Sorry, dude.
No, that's great. Dooley, what about you, mate?
Oh,
who's in your pro wrestling?
I hope I've got your third. So, number 1, I've got the Junkyard Dog. Would be in my Fourball.
JYD.
Also rattling those chains, put the people off.
His song he came out with? His song he came out with was Queen, right? Another One Bites the Dust?
Yes, true. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
You're right. Second of all, I would have Kurt Angle. Just surely that man's got natural talent, being an Olympian.
Yeah.
And he's
All
a
under
funny
pressure.
dude. He's a funny guy. I reckon he'd be
Yeah.
good value. And I've gone with
Yeah.
Chris this time. Purely just I've gone with a retired woman wrestler. Purely just to want her there. Stacey
Yeah.
Keebler.
Nice
Distracting.
Very distracting.
I could imagine she could probably have a decent swing, actually. Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Kurt, you mentioned Kurt Angle. One of the funniest
did.
things he did. Remember, he wore that little cowboy hat at the time, and
With the ukulele or the guitar.
Yeah.
Jimmy
That was
Crackcorn, is that what he was singing?
Yeah. Wow. So, big pro wrestling fan. There's no guessing what my team captain would be. I'm a Hulkamaniac from a long way back.
Yeah.
I used to have posters on the wall of Hulk Hogan, but when he turned, but I'm talking stipulate it's Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I'll have in the team. So he's got the
Black
dyed
Mo.
beard. Yeah. So NWO Hulk Hogan. Now, funny enough, I've had to make a change on the fly here because you said Kurt Hennig and Rowdy Roddy Piper, my two others. I might as well go full NWO. I've got Hulk Hogan, Kevin Hall, Scott Nash on the green. Now the original three, the NWO. Now that, my friends,
no etiquette.
That's an intimidating Fourball.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of drinking, not a lot of golfing, but
a lot of pre-midday pies.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, if you want to get involved with and send us your own Fourballs on the pro wrestling, please, you can send us an email at ecghackers@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram at ecghackers. That was Who's in Your Fourball, boys. I really appreciate that. Belvedere, what
car
you got?
lovers, we know how much you love your car and how important it is to keep it in top-notch condition. That's why we've created the Car Lovers Infinity Wash Club, an affordable and convenient way to ensure your car stays sparkling clean all year round. Say hello to unlimited auto car washes for less than $10 a week. For details, head to carloversexpress.com.au.
Anyway, I'm struggling with the computer right now. Here we go. Run the videotape, Belvedere.
Hey there, everyone. It's Belvedere here again. It's time for this week's Who's in Your Fourball? Back to you, Ashman.
Thank you, Belvedere. Jace, you pumped for this? You know how this works? Who's in your Fourball?
I've watched you guys for the last 11 episodes, so I should be able to answer the right questions, but I'll go last, so let's just see what you guys come up with.
Okay. Now, Dooley, is that the shirt you were trying to rip off him earlier?
Yeah,
Jace is wearing?
There we go.
What do we got there, Jace? What's that?
It's a Less Than Jake shirt with I think they've got a link up with the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
I thought it was a bootleg, but it's actually on their website, so yeah, I'm rocking it today, so love it.
And for anyone that doesn't know Club Lock, he's a friend of the ECG. Not particularly a golfer, but he's carried the bag for me once or twice before. Big music fan, and in the background behind him, he's got one of the greatest albums of all time. Oasis, definitely, maybe poster. So representing there nicely, Jace. Thank you, mate.
And I must say, I almost got membership at Putton Games on Victoria Avenue over at Ride.
Yeah.
So very close to getting membership.
Did you ever get the hole in one on the 18th? Because you used to get, if you did that, I think you get a free
game,
ice cream or something. Or no,
you were just on a perennial just loop of just free rounds because you just kept acing that 18th and just kept getting bonus rounds.
They had the jungle round or the jungle course, which was Phil Collins on loop. That was the highlight.
Lion King soundtrack.
Yeah. Memories.
Damo, we used to pile into Damo's Ford Escort back in the early 90s and head out to Putton Games over at Ride in Sydney. Great days. So this is sorry, Dave. This is Who's in Your Fourball Masters theme because it's Masters Week. We go around the ground and tell us who's in your Fourball group. And this week it's Masters themed. We'll start with, as always, the Zook, the secretary. Zook, to you first, bro.
Cheers, Ash. My theme this week was good, the bad, and the ugly. So starting with the good, I picked Tiger Woods, but not any Tiger Woods. It's 1997 Masters winning Tiger.
Nice.
After that win, golf would never be the same after
No.
breakthrough performance at Augusta.
Yep.
There have been very few true disruptors in the world of sports, and I would put Tiger right up there at the top of the list. And would certainly just love to have a round with him to get an insight into Tiger before his celebrity his celebrity and the like just hit another stratosphere. So moving on to the bad. So the bad is Francesco Molinari from 2019. So Augusta has broken many a golfer, but one that I take pity on most is perhaps Francesco. Coming off an epic 2018 in which he won the Open Championship and went a perfect 5 for 5 in the Ryder Cup. There was no one I enjoyed watching more at that point in time on a golf course than Molinari. And he was certainly a real threat heading into 2019. But, again, he was leading Tiger by one stroke, but fell victim on the 12th, landing his shot short of the hole and watching it just trickle down into the water. And not only his chance at the tournament, but really his career since has just never been the same. And then finally, the ugly. So this is Billy Casper from 2005. So Billy Casper is an American golfer of note. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's won 3 majors and including the 1979 Masters. So in 2005, he returned to compete as a previous champion. He was aged 73 at the time. And at that point in time, he carded a 105, which included a 14 on the 16th. However, this remains the unofficial highest score at Augusta because he never handed in his scorecard. That's why he said, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to frame it. So tip of the cap to Billy. So that's my Fourball.
Love it. Thank you, Zook, for that one. Rambo, we'll head over to you now, mate. What do you got?
Nice. I just hope I interpreted this correctly, but just bear with me.
No, all good.
It's open to interpretation. The
Fourball.
It is.
My first guy, this is a no-brainer. I had Skeletor as my first guy.
I think I interpreted the same thing, Brand.
You're killing me.
You're kidding me. If someone else has got that, it's ridiculous. Masters of the Universe.
We got a 3-way.
You're kidding me. So we got Skeletor, or I was going to say Prince Adam, but no, we got Skeletor.
Love it.
I think you could bring a little bit of sorcery out there, which we'll need with this team.
And that skull, one wood he's got, that one wood with the skull on the end.
Isn't he the owner and proprietor of Ram Clubs?
Yes.
He's got the ram head on it.
Look at Chase. What we got?
I think you're talking about this guy here. You're right.
Club Lock's got one Skeletor on him.
That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah, there you go. It works well, actually.
Priceless.
The problem is he is a bit of a mongrel, so you've got to be
bit hard to deal with.
He's the universe's fastest guy.
He's been talking trash.
So good.
If anyone didn't get that, it's Masters of the Universe. So
yes.
Second guy, I had to drop this guy, unfortunately, so I had to drop him. Augustus Gloop. I'll say it again just in case. Augustus Gloop.
Willy Wonka.
Hang on, I'll go get that figure in as well. No, I'm joking. No.
From Willy Wonka. I had to let him go, unfortunately. He was a little bit greedy around the stat card. had to let him go. And if anyone doesn't get it, Augusta.
Love it.
Seriously, though, this guy, Georgia's wrestling country, so I had to get someone from Georgia. And and he's come off a big week, so I had to bring the new Universal Champion WWE, Cody Rhodes. So
nice.
He's from Georgia, and he's representing. So bring him.
Beautiful.
And then the last one, so we dropped Augustus.
Oh, you dropped him. Okay, so you've done there. Nice.
Yeah, so a female, we've got Peaches from Mario Golf.
Beautiful. Peaches, the state of Peaches.
Yeah,
Princess Peach.
Yeah, she's ready to go. So,
geez, once again, you've brought the gold, Rambo. How do we keep up with that? Who wants to go next then? Damo, what did you come up with?
I'm now going serious. So
no good. Bring it down. Bring it back. Bring it back.
I'll bring it back to the the master. I'm going Stevie. I want to play with Stevie.
Oh,
I've got Ernie Els because I just always love the big. Amazing. I want to play with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
You know, and he knows his way around there, 6 green. And my fourth player is Shane Warne. Warning's
back.
Hole in one on the 16th at Augusta.
He did.
And that's not a well-known fact, but he certainly did. He managed to get access to the course. And the great Shane Warne aced the 16th after 16th. So I want to be there.
I think Jace is searching Google right now to just fact check that.
Yeah.
Because I want to find it. I want to see that.
Oh.
And it was a brilliant shot, apparently. Well, of course it was. And only Warney could do something like that, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Bowler of all time. Rocks up to Augusta and aces the 16th, which is tough hole to ace.
Oh.
You got to definitely. It's that green that really runs down to the hole.
Yeah.
So I want to see that.
And the green's not. It runs like perpendicular to you the way you're coming in, doesn't it? It's quite narrow.
Yeah.
Tough
so
one.
Warney aced that. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, awesome. Hey, Dan, I really like that. Ernie Els, such a big, smooth swinger of the club. Big, tall man as well. I'll go next, and we'll go dually, and we'll finish on club lot. I can't believe it. So I've picked. I went 50-50. I went Seve Ballesteros as well. Usually I would change my picks as it goes around, but I'm going to stick with Seve. He was actually, for me personally, when I was growing up, Damo and I started playing golf when I was 10 years old. I used to love watching Jack Nicklaus, Seve Ballesteros, Bernard Langer, all those guys. But Seve was so dynamic and character, and I used to love that. I was always in the bush. Dame could vouch for that. I was always in the bush trying to hit something off a rock or over a tree. So Seve Ballesteros.
You have been a bush player for a long time.
Don't
like being in the bush, but
sorry, Ash. I think you'll find Seve only had a 3-iron until he was about 12. That was
I've heard that. Yeah, and he just used
a
this
demon with it.
Yeah. Characteristic. Nice demo. Then I went with Greg Norman, the patron saint of the Hackers podcast. And I wrote a little something. So Greg Norman's ability at the US Masters remains a tale of tantalising potential and elusive triumph. The Australian golfer's prowess on the course, it's been evident throughout his whole career, yet the Masters was proven to be too much of a formidable challenge for him. He had such a powerful swing. I used to love how he stood so upright, big, broad shoulders, and come down on that ball. I idolised Greg Norman as a youngster, and that's why I still, to this day, I'm a big live fan, and I'll back Greg Norman whatever he does. And then I tried to be funny, but Ram beat me to it. I went with Dolph Lundgren because he was the pure Masters of the universe in that epic 1987 film where it was live action He-Man.
I tried to watch that actually probably 6 months ago. It's horrible. I remember we went and saw it at Hornsby Odeon Cinema.
Yes.
Old cinema.
Yeah.
I watched it. I tried to watch it again recently. It's horrible. It's horrific.
Horrible. 1987 was never the same. And then I actually went with a caddy. Now, have you ever noticed some of the great footage from 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s? The caddies are African Americans. They all were. And the greats were. The top 10 caddies in the history of Augusta. Have a look at them. There's some amazing characters there. And this was, so I've gone with the caddy, Willie Pappy Stokes. So he's a godfather of Augusta caddies, a true legend born and raised on the property grounds at the former Fruitlands Nursery. He knew the grounds long before the course was even built by Bobby Jones and Cliff Roberts. He's best known for teaching other caddies how to read the greens and that all putts break towards Rays Creek. He helped his players get to 5 wins with 4 different players in 1938, 48, 51, 53, and 56. So my caddy is going to be Willie Pappy Stokes. Now, up until 1983, you had to have an Augusta National caddy. But ever since 1983, you can bring your own. That's why they're showing up in all those highlights. That's my Fourball. Dooley, brother, Port Macquarie, what's it bringing us?
Okay, so I've gone, my first player is Adam Scott. Had to be there when the first Aussie won. Would have been fantastic to see. Second, I'm not actually in this group as a being. I'm in this group as a voice. And it's Greg Norman. And when he hits the 16th in 96, I'm just going to say, lay up with a wedge.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's it.
Trust me.
So, yes, go with the wedge.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the third guy in my group is the late great Arnold Palmer.
Nice.
And not a young Arnold Palmer. I want him there on his the last year he played. Just me and him listening to the stories. It'd be a sensational day.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
I've just given myself goosebumps.
Yeah. That's a legit awesome Fourball. Now, we're going to step up to the stage. We've got Clublock here. He's going to join us for the first time. Who is in your Fourball?
Yeah, I think I read it wrong, but I just want to go. I won't have any of yours, but that's fine. So the first one is Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
All right. Modern day Michael J. Fox. I'm not that mean. I do like to win, but I'm not that mean. It's Marty McFly. So, I really enjoyed watching Back to the Future as a kid. Also like Teen Wolf, so he could be in character as Marty McFly, or I think he's Scott Howard. I think his name was from Teen Wolf. Yeah. But I just think it'd be fun to play around a golf with. So he would bring that sort of positive energy. Yeah. Number 2 is Brad Pitt. Okay. But it's not the current day Brad Pitt. It's the Tyler Durden Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Oh, yes.
So we've got the best fashion in the Masters. Yeah. We've got Words of Wisdom. We've got Great Organizer, if you remember Fight Club. And I might even get him to call McFly a chicken and see them fight it out.
Oh, nice.
We just don't know. He'd be a great caddy. He would be a great caddy.
Yeah, he would be a good caddy.
Ran.
If it's Fight Club, Brad Pitt, he's a stickler for the rules too. And
that's all about Masters Club is don't talk about Masters Club.
Yeah, that's right.
And lastly, I've gone Iggy Pop.
A bit erratic.
I'm a huge Bowie fan, but I think I'd be a bit intimidated to go play a round of golf with Bowie. So I can ask Iggy about questions about working with Bowie in Berlin. And I also think you'd be a bit more fun to play golf with.
He might have trouble with the dress regulations though, because he's
got to be shirtless, wearing sparkly pants. But and just to make it to be golf related, the caddy would be Nick Faldo.
Nice.
Get him to carry someone else.
Try to get him to work. Dooley, I can hear you breathing heavy over there. You're going off. What do we got?
I was just saying, you've absolutely nailed that topic on the head, Jace. That was excellent.
Well, it's from 11 episodes of watching you guys do it, so I
love it.
Took something out of it.
Love it. That was who your Fourball boys. Back after the break.
At Car Lovers, we know how much you love your car and how important it is to keep it in top-notch condition. That's why we've created the Car Lovers Infinity Wash Club, an affordable and convenient way to ensure your car stays sparkling clean all year round. Say hello to unlimited auto car washes for less than $10 a week. For details, head to carloversexpress.com.au. Hey there, there, everyone. It's Belvedere here again. It's time for this week's Who's in Your Fourball? Back to you, Ash Man.
Oh, awesome. Who's in your Fourball? Because it was the Oscars week and it's all about movies and movie stars. We're going to go, who's in your Fourball? Movie stars theme. And I think, as always, we usually start with Zook. So we'll start with Zook again. Who's in your Fourball, mate?
All right, let's hope there's not too much crossover this week, Ash. I was surprised, very surprised last week. So I enjoyed this one again. I took a bit of a theme of compiling a Fourball that won't take no crap and you don't want to mess with us. So hopefully you'll agree that the three I've selected fit that bill. So whether he's Mace Windu, Jewel Winfield, or himself,
are you kidding me?
I don't think you'll mess with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, brother. Again. That's great, man. Awesome. I'm going to change mine. All right, great pick. And Mace Windu.
So strong golfer. I think at one point he was off 4. And based on the research I did, he seems to have the honour of beating Tiger Woods, at least when applying his handicap at a Pro-Am played at St Andrews. So Samuel L. Jackson's my team captain.
Okay, awesome.
Is he? He'd have to be wearing his Kangol hat too, obviously.
100%, and on backwards too.
Backwards Kangol. 100%.
Yes.
So, continuing the line of hard men on films, my next team member has appeared in movies, including Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Casino, and certainly never takes a step backwards. So Joe Pesci is part of the squad.
Yeah, nice.
That was one of mine. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's appeared on the podcast previously when you were interviewing over in the States, Ran.
Yeah, he's on Ben Baller's foursome as well.
Nice. Oh, this is good. Okay.
So he loves his golf, and I believe whilst he was on the set for Home Alone was written into his contract that he could have a later call time to allow for him to play golf. So I'm all for having him on. And continuing on with the original stipulation around having a female, this one was a bit of a challenge. She's perhaps not best known for her film work, but she has appeared in film, so I'll take it. She's probably more known as John Stamos' love interest on Full House. And paying for uni admission boards to get her kids into college. So Laurie Loughlin is in my Fourball.
Wow.
The reason why is I absolutely loved her cameo in the most recent episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, playing off her uni admission scandal. Part of her cameo involved her paying off the course manager to get a better tee time. So I'm all for having someone on the squad who can help get us the best tee time. So Laurie, she's in the Fourball. So
love
that's my
it.
squad, Ashman.
Awesome. Crackerjack squad again. Always look forward to hearing what you come up with. Let's go with Rand next. Rand, who's in your movie Oscar-themed Fourball?
Okay. So last time I did this, I probably wasn't taking it too seriously. So this time,
put a bit of
thought into this.
Yeah, I put thought into this. I'm going to take this serious from here on. So, I was trying to be too funny last time.
With the people in Uganda, the Ugandans really want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, they'll get this. They'll get it. This is an all-star team. So I'm blasting you guys out of the water. So up first, I've got Vin Diesel. He's all about family, so that's he's all about family, but he's a great driver.
Oh yeah, nice, great driver.
Certainly is
great driver. So then in at number 2, I've got Daniel Craig from Casino Royale. So he's from the Casino Royale movie.
Yeah,
he can handle all the chips.
Nice, very good. Okay, good.
And last
you
up,
have taken this seriously.
I've taken it seriously this time. And this time I've got Jason Momoa. He'll be able to play anything out of the water. So he's
nice. Yes.
So we get no,
Very comfortable.
we got no penalties. If penalty strikes, if anything goes in the water, he can play it at the light. So and I just got to give a shout out to my caddy as well, if that's okay. My caddy is Sylvester Stallone. So honourable mention to him. Great with the heavy bag.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Well done. Well done.
Top shelf stuff there, Rambo. More of that to come. Weeks to come. I love it. I'll do mine next, and we'll finish off with Dooley. I feel like my team's not good enough. But Chris, once again, we had the same pick. I had Samuel Jackson, and I was going to say Mace Windu, him. So the character, but I have to scratch that. So I'm going to go with, first off the bat, build it and they will come, Kevin Costner.
Nice.
I mean, he was in Tin Cup. He's got a nice swing. He could play. Great actor. Epic actor. Really, it'd be great to play with. Enjoy his company. So Kevin Costner. Then I went with, my scratch was Christian Bale. He's my favorite Batman series, the Christopher Nolan Batman films. He was awesome. He's also in The Machinist, one of my favorite films, where he was. That was a great film. So Christian Bale, and he was in the Terminator. I remember he cut sick on the crew. He got really angry with the guy that was in his eyeline in the crew. So I feel like he could be quite entertaining. He could break a few clubs as well. And last of all, this is the one I just had to put in there. There's a guy showing up on social media a lot lately. He featured in that film Lost Boys, Corey Haim. Have you seen it?
No.
I'll bring him in my group. This guy's a train wreck. He thinks he's Michael Jackson. If you're listening, just Google Corey Haim and have a look at this train wreck of a career, which is happening right in front of us. But the poor thing is he's super serious about what he's doing.
Yeah,
but put him in my Fourball. No, he doesn't get it. He'd be great in the Fourball. Hilarious. Dooley, let's wrap your Fourball up and see what you got, bro.
I've had to make a quick change from Joe Pesci. So I'm going to trade Joe Pesci out. And so the first two fellas I chose are a package deal.
Okay.
Wayne and Garth.
Oh,
from Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Oh,
Wayne's
my
World.
God.
So I put them two guys in. And then just purely, I forgot to mention, we'd be playing at St Andrews. And the next guy that I'd put in would walk up to the clubhouse, Zach Galifianakis, and he'd be like, the first question would be, did St Andrew really play here?
Yeah. Nice. Yes. Wow, that'd be hilarious grouping, and a lot of gags going around there. That was Who's in Your Fourball, boys. Once again, I think Rand wins it this week.
That was excellent.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nice.
Awesome. You're listening to the ECG Hackers podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Each week we are dropping a new episode which you can find on Spotify or YouTube. Also check us out on Instagram and Twitter or X at ECG Hackers. Send us your funny golf tales, ecghackers@gmail.com. ECG, where everybody can golf.